Hello, it's Alexander Piana here with the Piana Team March 2016 Real Estate Update Report. I want to give you a couple topics we're going to talk about today. Specifically, we're going to talk about inventory. We're going to talk about understanding what kind of market we're in, which is more of a seller's market, who's buying homes, what type of home buyers are out there, and the average days on market for some of these transactions. Our closing time is a little bit more than it used to be, so we're going to talk about that right now. Going into that, we were looking at in 2015, the beginning of 2015, our transactions were closing in about 40 to 45 days. Now, as you can see in this chart, at the end of the year, we're looking more at 49 to 50 days to close a transaction. Now, the number one reason why transactions are taking longer is because of TRID. It's basically regulations that lenders have to abide now that are taking about an extra 5, 6, 7 days to close some of these transactions. So it has nothing to do with the actual market, but the actual financing part of the transaction. Now, our next point has to do with home inventory, the amount of homes that are actually on the market. As this chart shows, we're down to about 3.4 months of inventory, which is extremely low. And what we're trying to pick up as realtors and get more listings here for 2016. As you can see here, up through from July of last year, 2015, our inventory levels have been extremely low. We've had more sales than we have actually had new homes coming on the market. So that's something that we're hoping in March, April will start changing. As Jonathan Smoke of Realtor.com, the chief economist, basically indicates, he says it very clearly, all indicators point that this spring is going to be a very busy 2016, but we need to see inventory grow more robustly to satisfy these buyers. Our demand is extreme right now, and we don't have enough homes to satisfy those buyers. That basically puts us in a seller's market. As this graph shows, we're showing less than 6 months of inventory. As I showed you in the previous graph, we're about 3.9, so we're definitely in a seller's market. We have more demand versus supply, and that always going to be favoring the sellers. And typically what we see is a multiple offer situation. Now, the number one growth in buyers right now is the first-time buyer, 57% of. Now, with this graph, I want to point out, as you can see, married couples make up the large majority of first-time buyers, 56%, but single females actually make 18% of all first-time buyers. You guys probably know this graph pretty well. Rents are rising. There's no disputing that. Now, with the increase of rents, we're going to start seeing obviously more buyers coming to the market, and one of those segments that are going to be on the rise for 2016, 17, and 18 is boomerang buyers. Buyers that lost a home, let's say in 2005, 2006, 2007 because of the market, and now returning back to the market and to try to purchase some kind of property, real estate property, again, either investment or first-time home ownership, but this is going to be in the rise for the next 4 or 5 years. Now, to switch it up a little bit, what we're talking about here is forecasting for the year-to-date or year-to-year change in price. As you can see here, all the darker colored states, specifically California, have seen a very nice jump in appreciation in home values. We're seeing 10% in California alone. So even with the 10% that we see in 2015 for California's appreciation, we can see in this graph, we still got a long way to go. We're about 16% from our drop in 2006 to get back to normal levels. So we got some work to do. That being said, our distressed properties are an all-time low. Here in December, we're showing on this graph 8% to be all of inventory to be a distressed sale, an REO, a bank-owned foreclosure, short sale. Those listings are dead and gone for the reason that we're starting to see some appreciation in homes and values are on the way up. If you guys want any more information, you're thinking about buying or selling real estate, give us a call at 714-745-0896. Alexander Piana, the Piana Team, experience results.